Ta-da! Howdy do, buckaroo. So I have got the last of the 3 from this set to do a video for anyway. I found this 3-bottle set. This one you see here, the Arkansas Rye. The first one I did the video for was the Arkansas Hickory Smoke Whiskey, which is, oh my gosh, orgasmic good. The Arkansas Bourbon Whiskey, which is a fantastic small batch bourbon. But the last one I needed to do a video for was their Rye. Now, unfortunately, their website's great, actually, it really is. But the only whiskey of the 3 they don't give a very detailed tasting note list is the Rye. But they have a nice little video that describes it, so that helps, too. So, it's kind of a give and take. Maybe I'm buzzed. That's some bitch. Anyways, the ingredients, they call their whiskeys from grain to glass. The materials they use for all the whiskeys are, including their the barrels that are coopered there, are all done in Arkansas. So basically, to recap the video, they basically said they didn't do a rye right away because rye hadn't been grown in Arkansas for a long time until they found someplace they could grow rye. And now you have the Arkansas Rye, which is from grain to glass as well. Now, my whiskey tastes are bourbon and Irish. For the most part, those are the 2 that are my favorite. I do drink some Scotch from time to time. I do drink some rye from time to time. I drink some Canadian from time to time, which uses rye as the main grain. So they're very similar. But the reason I point that out is to say that I'm not as familiar with rye as I am Irish or, bourbon whiskeys. The aroma on this is just fantastic. I mean, it gives you the aromas you expect from a rye whiskey. Oh, good golly. Yeah, it's nice. I mean... Wow. I've had some low-dollar ryes, some medium-dollar ryes, and some high-dollar rye whiskeys. This one runs about $35 a bottle, and here's the bottle. I'd actually bought this big bottle of the rye before I'd found this set, but the set came with the 3 bottles and the nosing glass, so I figured, what the hell. I haven't popped the big bottle yet, and this gives you kind of a better idea what the color is on that whiskey. It almost has a ruby hue to it. It is a very dark, very flavorful rye whiskey. And this runs about $35 a bottle. So the question becomes, is it worth it? Or maybe the better question is, would you buy it again? Yeah, of course. I mean, looking at the price of rye whiskeys, very good rye whiskeys on the shelf today, there are many that cost a whole lot more than $35 a bottle that I would buy this one over them, and I'm not going to mention any names. I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, everything about this does the style justice. Everything about this is right, in my opinion. And I am drinking this, of course, neat. This is how I drink most whiskey. Every once in a while in the summer, I'll use some ice. You'll almost never see me mix it with anything, but I have done a couple videos describing the highball, which I've mixed with soda pop, but I don't recommend that, especially with a whiskey of this quality. A whiskey of this quality, you are really drinking neat. If you must, drink with ice, use very little, or use a whiskey disc or whiskey stones if you want it cold. But as we go into the fall, I find myself not wanting that coldness in the summer. I tend to drink more on the rocks. In the fall and winter, I tend to drink more just neat because I want that warming feeling. To sit by the fireplace and drink a spirit like this. It's just beautiful. I'm going to burp here. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that, people. Shit happens. Anyways, I missed touring the distillery when I was there in Little Rock a couple weeks back. I wish I could have done that. I just ran out of time, but I was lucky enough to find the 3 big bottles, and then I was lucky enough to find this small bottle set as we were coming home. I found these at a liquor store in Harrison, actually, to be honest with you. Yeah, it is a recommendation. If you love rye whiskey, this certainly is a must. This is as good as any rye whiskey on the market at any price, in my opinion. There you go.